of week number 2 in the CFL. The Tiger Cats looking for win number 1 after falling to the Stampeders. They welcome the Roughriders to town, who hope to make it 2-0 against the East.
We settle in here in the Hammer for a battle between the Ticats and the Roughriders. Thank you very much for joining us here on TSN. Let's get this bad boy underway, and that'll be hammered away in the direction of Wooden. Takes it at the 20. Back to the 30 before he's touched, and boy, is he touched. He gets absolutely popped at around the 31 yards last season, his third 5,000-yard campaign. He's throwing here over the middle, down the field. It's a first down just outside the 50, and who else? Kenny Lawler, 13 targets in his debut last week.
Yeah, Kenny Lawler starts motion and then just sits down in the hole.
3 straight 1,100-yard seasons, or more, obviously. Big hit near sideline as Bo goes back to Greg Bell. That's not enough after the penalty, and it'll be third down in a kicking situation here for the Ticats. Passing yards, Bo Levi 11th. Empty backfield this time for Harris. Gets it away, has a man at the 35. And it's Keyshawn Johnson, who caught 4 of his 5 targets last week as well.
Robert, former Blue Bomber and Rider Robert Mims.
Kadeem Carey also dressed today. Harris connects again, and that should be enough for a Riders first down as he does get into the hands of Duncan Busby. Harris has started the game 2 for 2 for 25 yards. Bouncing around the pocket, near side, Picton wide open, gathers the ball, spins up to midfield, and it'll be stopped about 1.5 yards shy of a first down against his Hamilton D. So arguably a top 5 mustache in the league. Here's Harris, deep shot, down the field, bumper ground, picked off at the 25, taken away by Moxie, and Moxie will eventually be tracked down. And Jonathan Moxie is there. Harris is not happy.
This is a long way to go to help out his teammate make this play on the deep throw. Katatona's first directing traffic, points to get his teammates lined up, and he gets from the hash mark all the way outside to the numbers. That's covering a lot of ground to knock that one loose.
Passing game a little bit, -4 with 1 carry, just 14 yards. Last week as well. There's a completion, and that'll be about 1 yard shy. That'll be spotted at the 45 for Hamilton as he gets it into the hands of Tyler Ternowski, who didn't start last week but does this week with Brandon O'Leary Orange out. Litre up under center, needs 1 yard, bobbles the ball, picks it back up, pushes ahead, and he might have got it on the recovery, closer than you would like. We'll have to get a closer look at this, won't we? Fresh set here on the 46. Screen out to Tim White. Made 1 man miss. Now a second. The third guy will wrap him up, and they'll take him down at midfield. A couple yards shy of a first down.
7 for him not to be the fastest.
Litre again. Short yardage again, and an extra push again as well.
You know, it's interesting, though. We talked to Scott Milenovich, of course, this week, and simple stuff.
Gave up 38 to Calgary in game 1. Here's Bo down the middle, lays one out there, and flags fly as he tried to drop it into Kenny Lawler, and he was tripped up and taken down. 2nd and 17, so another 2nd and long situation caused by a penalty for the Ticats. Mitchell, time, down the field, Lawler! And he gets it! Are you kidding me? Kenny Lawler, you're ridiculous! Climbs the ladder, hauls it in. Ticats in business. Kenny Lawler, the work from the 24. Mitchell dumps it off. Greg Bell to the 20. But he finds some space down inside the 10 before he's tackled there. Sales, among others, denying him a free pass to the end zone. Bo has started the game 8 of 8 for 97 yards. Now the work from the Rider 9. Mitchell, end zone, wide open, got it! Tim White, touchdown Ticats! They're on the board first in their home opener.
And talked about that seam throw.
Back on the ground, Ouellette finds a hole, and he finds a first down, a little bit more too. Look at that shot. He'll not be stopped. Almost all the way up to midfield for A.J. Ouellette.
Yeah, excellent patience for Ouellette. The
second and long for the visitors. Harris down the field, and that falls incomplete. Not sure if it was deflected at the line.
Yeah, it almost looked like it was tipped.
Bit of a wobble, it looked like, as it ended up falling incomplete.
The wind is swirling here in Hamilton, but that one kind of died. It looked like there's a deep curl route there. It looked like it may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Couch drops it just inside the 15. Near side for Wooden, finds a little bit of space and then steps out of bounds just beyond the 30. And a quick first quarter is in the books, and it's the Ticats looking for a win in their home opener. Bo Levi Mitchell to Tim White. They lead 7-0. And Bo Levi Mitchell goes back to work with a 7-0 lead. This time on the ground, Greg Bell right up the middle. And that'll really open up the passing game even more as they pick up pretty good yardage on first down.
Exactly.
He's been banged up along the way, but when he is healthy and he is on, he is spectacular. Down the field again as Mitchell continues to cook here in the first half. This time he drops it in. Keandre Smith. That's a big one. Down to the left here for Bo Levi. High snap, hauls it in, some pressure coming. He's in trouble, and he is taken down. Right down Main Street, Jameer Thurman, causing all types of issues for Mitchell. So first and 10 now from the Rider 15 instead. A.J. Ouellette, pretty good burst, pushes it ahead.
But would have limited access to the playbook in that short of a time.
Tommy Stevens' time, and he usually gets the job done, and he does right there. That'll be a first down for the Riders.
Tons of football left in him.
Well, now he's got some extra motivation as well. Here's Harris, gets it away, and waiting for it and getting there, getting underneath it a little bit is Mitch Picton. And they give it to him, pushing it ahead. Pretty good first scamper up the middle for Kadeem Carey. And that'll be a second and very manageable situation for Saskatchewan.
Yeah, he showed a little bit of that motivation you talked about, didn't he? Just out of the backfield.
At 37 last year. Harris dumps it off, and that'll be pushed ahead. Morgan Runja, the University of Alberta, with his first Canadian Football League reception. Second and 10. He's one of four receivers to the right for Harris. Dumps it off over the middle. Kadeem Carey gets popped, and he's just shy of another Rider first down. And Tommy Stevens immediately trots onto the field. Nothing little about this guy, Tommy Stevens. Pushes it ahead and has the first down. I thought he was going to bounce off of that for a second with a little bit of space, but Harris will come back out. Harris is 8 of 11 for 69 yards. Of course, that interception. Harris dumps it off. Ouellette's got it. Can't hang on, though. Tackle made by Wilson. And that'll bring up third down. He's made 23 straight. This one's from 51. Right hash, that is up, and that is wide right. Brought away by Wooden.
That's how big that Kyle Wilson play was on the knockdown.
Forced him to kick the 51-yarder.
A little too far out.
Missed it. Third this drive. Mitchell sensing the pressure, trying to escape, gets it away, and got some hands on it, but it falls incomplete.
Unsung hero, by the way, of win one for the Riders against Ottawa. I thought his returns after a little Ottawa momentum were really important in that win.
Gave them some great field position. Takes this at the 41, trying to kick it out. He's in trouble. Can he escape? He does. Mario Alford to the 50. Now he'll get to midfield, and Hallam about that effort from Mario Alford? And it looked like he might actually take a loss. He ends up giving them excellent field position once again.
Well, by the body position of his blockers, it looked like that was a short side return, and he was going to break it and go to the field. And then he said, oh, no, I'll go back to the short side because that's where my block can sit up and pick up 25 or whatever.
Underrated part of the game, isn't it, Suits?
Well, it is.
Here goes A.J. Ouellette. How about this?
Look at this.
He's going to get down to the 20, looking for a stiff arm, gets away. Touchdown, A.J. Ouellette. House call for the Riders. Get out of his way. He was not going to be stopped. Saskatchewan's on the board.
I was about to say running backs need to block too. A.J. Ouellette got the ball in his hands here, but yeah, receivers, running backs, you have a great team when they're doing the extra stuff. Blocking to protect their quarterback if you're a tailback, or blocking to get your running back into the end zone. And the receivers downfield have to get it done for this type of play to happen. If they get a block downfield, the DBs can't make that last gasp tackle before the running back gets there. So A.J. Ouellette ties this up, and single point to tie it.
47-yard scamper from A.J. Ouellette. Lawther misses it.
Okay.
Hammered it wide, and it will remain 7-6. A field goal, and now an extra point missed. Mitchell gets this one away. Oh, almost picked off. Marcus Sales tried to slide underneath that one, and that'll be 3rd and 5. And Constantino will have to kick it away here late in the first half.
Longest run of his career.
Kadeem Carey back in the game, and he breaks a few tackles. Where did he come from? Looked like they were going to stop him, and he's got a first down.
Toronto.
That's where he came from, yeah.
He came from Toronto. Covered a lot of ground again.
2nd and 9, pressure from the Ticats. Harris steps up in the pocket, and that is incomplete. Picton was over there, but saw it fly over his head, and that'll bring up 3rd down, and they'll have to kick it away with just under 90 seconds to play for the end of the half. Greg Bell has just 2 carries in the game. He's been involved in the passing game. Stands to the left of his running back. Now they'll give him the ball on a bit of a draw. He's got some space up the middle. Makes a man miss and gets taken down at the 40.
Coulter Woodmansey, the center, he's going to time up this screen and watch his block.
This game, 2nd and 10 here for Mitchell. Looks to the right, throws to the right, has a man wide open down inside the 50. That is Tyler Ternowski.
That's big. That's a big catch for Tyler Ternowski. Turns around and first down from field goal.
Mitchell throwing again, and that one broken up. Lawler there working against Sales. And did they just blow it down now? We'll have to get the official ruling on this. Trevor Harris, 3 receivers to his wide side right. Gets it away. That'll be a first down, and diving ahead is Keyshawn Johnson. Just shy of midfield. 12 seconds left, Suits. What do they got time for?
Possible for 2 plays. You get one about 15, quick out, go down though. You got to go down immediately if you catch it.
Clock ticks at 10. Harris gets it away quickly again, and that is caught just outside the 40.
There comes Lawther.
Missed earlier from close to the same range. That was from the right hash. This is from the left side. Lawther to end the half with some points, and that is wide again. It's not even close. It's going to be taken away by Wooden, and he'll bring it out. Stops short of the 10. A late flag comes out on the play there, and a tough first half for Brett Lawther. Some deep shots there, but
can't end the half with a flag.
Get kicked from the 45 of the Ticats, and Leggio gets us started in the second half on a Saturday night in the Hammer. Mario Alford takes it at the 5, back to the 20, stays on his feet, nice return, takes it outside the 30, and that is where Trevor Harris and the Riders will go to work. He stands to the right of Trevor here, who's throwing, gets it away to Emelis. Closed off quickly. Looks like it'll be a first down before he was pushed back. Slot to the left of Harris. And that one is thrown in between two receivers. Busby and Emelis both there looking back at their quarterback. And it'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Riders. In week 1, set to kick this away to Isaiah Wooden. Wooden fades under it just outside the 21. Looking for some room. Broke one tackle, but not that last one. He'll be taken down just outside the 40. And we'll dive into that halftime celebration for Garney Henley here in Hamilton when we return on TSN.
I know in high school we all kind of played a little both ways, but
Mitchell down the field, and that's going to be intercepted by Milligan. He's got it in midfield, down to the 40, little bit of room, all the way down to the 20, still going to the end zone. Got there! Touchdown Riders, Roland Milligan. Takes it away from Mitchell and takes it to the house. And they line up to go for 2 to make it a 7-point cushion. 64-yard INT return for the touchdown for Milligan. Harris looking for a couple more. A.J. Ouellette back in behind his quarterback. Will they give it to him? No. Harris has a man in the corner. Got it for 2. Drops it in there for Duncan Busby. And the Riders lead by 7. Now can Bo bounce back? He'll start it on the ground. Greg Bell, this will help. And that is very close to a first down. Just shy if he's not there already.
DeMarcus Fields, I'm not sure who got the worst of that hit. Greg Bell is solid. I mean, 5'10", 200.
But Bell does have 30 yards on those 4 carries. Mitchell under pressure and taken down. Wow, C.J. Rivas wasted no time getting there. On the Ticats website today, and his numbers and his story, it seems like a fictional character. Like just ridiculous stuff. Harris in trouble. Wow. He'll be taken down. Garbutt was there first, didn't finish him off, but Mario Kendricks has his 2nd sack of the season. It's the crowd going a bit here in the Hammer. Tim White and Kenny Lawler up to his right. Looks in that direction, throws in that direction, gets it there just in time for Lawler. Sales is right on his back, and they will be in field goal range here for Leggio. This one a 38-yard attempt, and that is up, and it is through. We've got a 4-point game on a Saturday night here in Hamilton. Claire Hanna will have more on the star safety of the Ticats, Katsatonis, when we return. Standing to the right of Harris, Ticats will send 4. Harris gets it away, and that is caught quickly there by Dante Myers, and it'll be a first down for Saskatchewan as they look to build on this 4-point lead. Harris out into the flats. Duncan Busby, a little bit of a burst. He's wrapped up and held on to by Dozier, just short of another first down. Tommy Stevens might be the best. A.J. Ouellette, nice cut. Bounced off one tackle, eventually taken down after a pickup of 4 yards on that first down carry. So lots of motivation for both of these guys. Harris down the middle of the field. That's caught again. And it is Duncan Busby who's having himself a bit of a game. That's his 5th catch of the evening. Kadeem Carey pushes it ahead, held on to from behind after getting about 4 yards on the first down. Scamper again. This one from just 25, and that is up, and he'll push it through just inside that left upright. And the Riders restore their lead to 7 with less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Hamilton from their 40. Bo fakes the handoff, turns, dumps it off. Litre, first down. Looks for contact, gets some from A.J. Allen, and he's bounced out of bounds after a pickup of 14. Thurman's going to come this time, a little extra pressure, but Mitchell gets it away. He's got a first down to the 40 as he goes right back to Keandre Smith, and that'll do it for the first 3 quarters here in Hamilton in the Canadian Football League. Bobbled snap by Mitchell, grabs it, throws it deep to Lawler. He's got it to the end zone. They're going to rule him out at the 1. So close.
Mentioned the veteran quarterbacks and the numbers being as close as they are. A veteran quarterback doesn't panic when that happens from the center. It bounces. He already knew the coverage. He knew the coverage. He knew which receiver he wanted to throw to. It was Kenny Lawler, who was in behind Marcus Sales. And
Litre's done it before. Can he do it again? Pushing in, and he's there. Touchdown, Ticats. This time, it'll count. Do it again. Boost, but he'd already
been out of bounds, and he'd already catched and secured the ball.
Tied at 17. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started in the hammer. Mario Alford now on their turn. A little bit of a slip just outside the 35. And that is where Trevor Harris will go to work. He's 16 at 24 for 143 yards and an interception. He only has 19 yards. Try to get him activated here. Harris throwing. He's got it. Midfield, just as we were saying, time to get Emelis going. And that's a first down for the Canadian kid. From midfield, tied at 17. Ticats bring some heat. Lett picks it up. Harris down the field, lays it out there. And Myers, does he have it? Looks like he did. When it's all said and done, Riders just outside the 30. End zone shot up for grabs. Incomplete. Looking for Keyshawn Johnson. Katsatonis had come across, and Talbert was there as well. Well, how close was that?
I'm wondering if Katsatonis came across and didn't allow Keyshawn Johnson to double clutch this and come down with it. Keyshawn Johnson may have a chance.
He's been all over the place tonight. That one up for grabs. Katsatonis
again
was there again, working against Picton. 40-yard attempt. That one is up. And this time it's good. Left, 3 to the right for Mitchell. Time in the pocket. Down the field, wide open. Who else? It's Kenny Lawler. He's got it again. Gotta cover that guy. 5th catch of the game for Lawler. He's at 128 yards receiving. Lawler at the top of your screen. Mitchell looks to his right, dumps it off, and Lawler got turned around, couldn't get his hands to haul that one in, and you see the look of disappointment on his face that he found a little bit of room in that defense.
Yeah, he did. He was open. There's Lawler there, but watch the room that Bo Levi Mitchell ends up having, and I think that's why the disappointment, because Lawler's kind of drifting away. He's drifting to the sideline, and the ball's thrown a little bit inside, but Bo doesn't run often. But he had at least 7 or 8 yards before he got close to a tackler. And they only needed 6.
Leggio for the tie. Makes no mistake. And we are locked at 20 with just over 10 to play on TSN. A great game between the Riders and the Ticats. Keyshawn Johnson finds it, took a look, found some space down inside the 50, and eventually forced out of bounds at what looks to be the Hamilton 42. Harris Harris gets this one away again. Cut nicely by Johnson. Tackled from behind by Talbot, but it's a first down, and the Riders march on.
This is a completion percentage throw from Trevor Harris. This is why his completion percentage is through the roof.
Takes the handoff, guns it back into Johnson that time, down to the 15. Give him another first down. Ticats bring a bunch. Harris gets it away. End zone shot hauled in. Keyshawn Johnson. Oh, they're going to rule him out at the 1. Oh, to get another look at this one.
Boy, that was well protected, speaking of O-line, because that was full blitz from Hamilton, and Trevor Harris had to wait a split second to get Johnson open on the out.
The previous play is under review.
That's a touchdown.
On the field has been overturned. Yeah. Touchdown.
Keyshawn Johnson finishes what was basically his drive. Yeah. Outstanding drive from Johnson. He's up to 95 yards now.
Talbot in a tough position on an out route.
I am excited to see what Bo Levi has in store for the Ticats next drive. This return brought back up the field by Moxie, and he stopped just shy of the 40. Bo will be throwing here. Down the field, Lawler comes back to it, and he's got it again. Kenny Lawler on a perfect pass from Bo Levi Mitchell. Hopefully you had him in your fantasy lineup this week. Mitchell out into the flat this time. It's Lawler again, bit of a stumble. And then C.J. Rivas will finish him off. Last year, 2nd and 2 from the 48. This time they'll hand it off. Bell finds some space. Did you see that cut? Greg Bell teleported to his right and then takes it down inside the 35.
It really looked like he did teleport, didn't it?
See what they dial up here. 2nd and 10. Riders bring almost everybody. That one's thrown out, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Bridges, but that pocket closed quickly on Bo. And we will see Leggio step onto the field. Just inside 40. And that one goes where it needs to be. And we've got a 4-point game. Time for the Ticats defense to step up and get this ball back.
Well, they got a new defensive coordinator this year, and Brent Monson. He's back home. This is his stomping grounds and his comfort zone. So what has he got dialed up for?
Can they keep him clean here? They lead 27-23. He's throwing right back to Keyshawn Johnson. Why not? That's a 100-yard game for number 3 in green and white. Johnson's been targeted 10 times in this game. Now they go to Myers, and he's going to be stopped about a yard shy of another first down for the Riders. If you're Hamilton, hold them to a field goal here and get the ball back. 6 on the line for the Ticats. They'll only send 3. Harris looking down the field, can't find anything, wants to take off, still scrambling around. Now he'll throw, and he's got Keyshawn Johnson who hauls it in just inside the 30. First down, Riders. Trevor Harris bouncing around in the pocket, finally finds his go-to target tonight. 2nd and 9. Can they find 9 more? Harris throwing, and that is caught, but it's about 3 yards short of the first down into the hands of Myers. And Lawther will trot out here to try to restore a 7-point cushion.
Yeah.
This a 29-yarder from just inside that left pass. It is up, and that is wide. He's missed it again. Oh, no. What a tough night for Lawther. And career victory. Steps up, heaves one down the field. Tim White waiting. Almost intercepted, but it falls incomplete. That was some spectacular drama there. Campbell may have got a hand on it.
Tavon Campbell almost one-handed that.
2nd and 10. Out to Greg Bell. Turns, first down and out of bounds at the 51 with 34 seconds on the clock. Clock ticks here in the hammer. Mitchell gets it away. Incomplete. 18 seconds. Now 17 on the clock.
And down to one play.
Empty backfield for Mitchell. High snap. Hauls it in. Gets it away. Broken up. A.J. Allen getting the start here tonight. And he seals away victory with the pass breakup. And the Riders will survive in Hamilton.
And nobody's happier than Brett Lowther.
Monster game. 124 yards, 8 catches and a touchdown. And Saskatchewan claims victory. That'll make a bunch of people in green here in Hamilton happy who made the trip out. What a game, though. This is fun stuff.